Hello everyone. In this session, we're going to continue the configuration of Material Master. Now we're going to look at the field selection. And the screen sequence, we were able to manage the combination of views and subscreens, but not the individual fields. The reason is screen sequence is only for maintaining the combination of views and subscreens. In order to maintain field selection, since the fields are linked to a database field, the actual configuration of the field selection is to be maintained on the database field itself. So the fields, when you're going to manage, they can be managed based on any one or a combination of these criteria: username, transaction code, material type, industry sector, and plant. These criteria are called as field references. For screen sequence, the criteria were called as screen references. So for field selection, they're called as field references, and they are also identified with a 1 to 4 character alphanumeric code. Now, the status of any field can be maintained in one of the 4 modes or 4 states: mandatory mode, optional mode, display or non-editable mode, and hidden or suppressed. Now, the reason why we don't have a delete is, like I said, the status will be maintained directly on the database field. So any field which is not required has to be only hidden. It cannot be deleted. Okay. So in the same way, the fields which are made to be mandatory, when you make it as mandatory, in the database also, the field will be made as a mandatory field, right? Now, the fields, there are certain fields within the material master which are connected or related to other fields. So all these fields that are connected or related to other fields, either in the same view or other views, are already grouped in the standard system, that is both the IDS and non-IDS systems. And this grouping is identified with a 3-digit number called the field grouping code. And it ranges between 1 and 240. In the standard system, the grouping is already done by SAP for us. So all we need to do is select the relevant grouping code and check what status we need to maintain for all the fields within that grouping code. So the steps involved would be, first, to create a list of fields by each view along with how they need to be managed. Then we need to get the database table and field name information for each of those fields. Then we need to get the grouping code, and then based on the grouping code, we need to maintain the field status in one of these 4 states. So let's see how to do this. I've taken the example of the basic data view, and I've taken about 6 fields. Base unit of measure, once it is maintained in the master record, it should not be allowed to be changed. It should not be changeable for any material. Similarly, old material number and external material group have indicated that they are not required for any material. Division, I've made it mandatory for finished products and not required for raw material. Similarly, lab and office, on the other hand, should be made mandatory for raw material type material and not required for finished goods type of material. And product allocation, I've mentioned it as not required for mechanical engineering industry sector. Let's say if this is the type of field selection required for some of the fields in the basic data view, then let's see how to carry out the configuration. Now the first thing, the second step that we need to do is to get the database table and field name information. For that, we need to go to the screen sequence that we created and check the relevant data, open the relevant data screen and check the relevant data. So let's see how to get this data. So let me open the application. Once you have logged into the system, to the application, go to SPRO IMG, Logistics General, Material Master, configuring the Material Master, define structure of data screens for each screen sequence, click on execute. And once the screen sequence list is displayed, select the relevant view, open the data screens, and go to the subscreens. Once you're in the subscreen list screen, click on the View Data Screen button, go to that particular field, press F1, and in the Help screen, click on this Technical Information button, the hammer and spanner button, and you get to see the technical information about that field, including the database and field name information. So like this, for each and every field, go to that field, press F1, click on the technical information button and make a note of the database table and field name. So like this, all the fields, just press F1, technical information, make a note of the table name and field name. Once you have all this information, come out of this screen. Now the next step would be to get the grouping code, right? So once I have these fields, go back to the IMG screen. Now we go to the next option called field selection. Assign fields to field selection groups. Click on execute. The fields in the screen are arranged by the table name and field name in alphabetical order. First the table name, then the fields within the table in alphabetical order. So the fields that we want to use are all in the same table, MARA, and the first field alphabetically is BISMT. So go to that particular field. When you're scrolling down, if you observe on the right, this is the grouping code already assigned to each field by SAP itself. As you can see, there are a lot of fields in the 190 table, and you also have some fields in the 119, 174, 143. Like this, the grouping is already done. If you come to the MIRA table, the first field is BISMT. This is the grouping code. The next one, alphabetically, is the EXTWG field. So go back, go to EXTWG, check the grouping code. So like this, for each and every field, check and make a note of the grouping code in alphabetical order. Once you have this, again, you need to go back to the IMG screen. Now we go to maintain field selection for data screens. Click on execute. Enter the grouping code. The first one alphabetically, we have 11. So enter the grouping code 11 here in the grouping code field. And you'll see that it contains only one field. Now, old material number, we have specified that it is not required for any material. So that means, irrespective of the material type, username, transaction code, or even industry sector, the field should not be visible. So that means the field selection has to be carried out based on the transaction code. So these are the field references, the criteria which are already defined in this standard system. Our transaction codes are MM01, 02, and 03. So go to those transaction codes and select the option hide to indicate that this field is going to be hidden for these transaction codes. Right? So similarly, go to the next one, which is EXTWG 151. Enter the grouping code. External material group, again, this is not required for any material. So again, based on the transaction code, I'm going to hide it. The next one would be product allocation. 6. Product allocation, we said it is not required for material created under the mechanical engineering industry sector. So because it is industry sector specific, I need to select the code for the industry sector, which is M. So enter the grouping code, which is 6. Product allocation under M field reference, make it as hidden. The next one would be LABOR 10, lab and office. Lab and office, we specified that it should be mandatory for raw material and not required for finished goods. That means based on the material type, we're going to carry out the field selection. So enter the grouping code, which is 10, lab and design office. So finished product, the code is FERT. So FERT, it should be hidden. Raw material, the code is ROH. So scroll down to ROH and make it as a mandatory entry. Similarly, the next one is basic data, which is base unit of measure. Grouping code is 1. Base unit of measure is it should not be allowed to be changed. Once it is maintained, it should not be changeable. So that means again based on the transaction code, go to MM02 and make it as a display mode. Now mind you, the field should be visible, but it should not be editable. So that means it should be in display mode. So select display. And the last one is division. Division should be mandatory for finished goods and not required for raw materials. So enter the grouping code 90. And in grouping code 90, we have a lot of fields. So we require division. So division should be mandatory for FERT and not required, which is hidden for ROH. Once you're done, save the selection. But before we select, let's see how the fields look before we confirm those changes. So go to MM02, enter one of the two material numbers, select the basic data view, and all the fields are editable and they're not display or hidden. But once I confirm these changes, save the changes, right? These field selection values will be activated. Now when I go back and check the same material, as you can understand, those fields will now be no longer visible. So we don't have old material number, external material group. Base unit of measure is in non-edit mode. Lab or office is mandatory. I don't have division. I don't have product allocation. Yeah, the field selection is selected. At the same time, let's also select another material. Let's say we select a material of material type, finished product, so FERT. Here you can select any material. Let's say I'm going to select this material random. Select the basic data view.